track, Bada Bling, is an interesting one because it's got kind of like so many guitars already recorded on the track, which happens sometimes when you do sessions, that it's one thing to kind of copy them, and it's another thing to kind of play in between. And it all depends on what the writer wants and what the producer wants, of course. But this one had like a little, and a little line that I tried to nail the first couple times through. And then from that point on, it was just kind of a feel thing. Now, not having anything else to go by, I just kind of made up a little motif the first 4 measures. Something like that. And then from that point on, I'm just kind of going crazy in F sharp minor blues, pretty much. I did watch for the end of the phrases where it'd come around at the very end, the last couple measures of each 8-measure phrase, it'd go, so that's kind of nice to nail that. I mean, once again, it all depends on who's producing. Then it continues on. The middle section was maybe the more interesting harmonically, where I went to a sequencer chord, like a D flat major 7 with a sharp 11. So I'm thinking like a Lydian, D Lydian, or some guys, you know, like to play around with modes, and you might be able to get away with playing like B minor, B Dorian, because it's all from the same family of A major. D Lydian. But I think I was thinking D Lydian when it went to that. And the next chord was like a C sharp sus, which I just kind of went to a C sharp blues Mixolydian ideas. C sharp minor blues ideas. And then I went to this chord, which is really like an E over G sharp, which is kind of in the same tonality of C sharp minor. So I just kind of stayed in the same mode because this is just E in first inversion after all. And then I went to the G major 7, which was kind of changes the tonality to a minor. Because G major 7's natural minor is E minor, I can still stay where I was the measure before and just change it to a minor pentatonic patterns. And then I went to F sharp sus, and I just thought, once again, F sharp Mixolydian, and then once again F Lydian's chord, which means I was thinking of it as the 4 chord from the key of C. So right there I went to C major or F Lydian, and then back to F7 for F sharp 7 for a second. Then I went through the sequence again, D major. Then I went to A flat minor, was a little breath of fresh harmonic air there, and then back to G. So pretty much I'm following the modes pretty much as they are. When I saw the A flat minor, I went to A flat Dorian. You know, this is one of those kind of songs where, once again, it comes in handy just to kind of know where all of your arpeggios are on the fretboard, so you can always nail a chord tone on the downbeat, or when it kicks into it, when it anticipates the measure. And from that point on, I was just going crazy in F sharp minor. It did this kind of vamp. So one time I went. It's down in minor thirds. It's like a diminished thing, which most of the notes work, and if you play it as a whole, it works as a strong sequence just because it's all a diminished idea. That's how some guys like John Scofield and Scott Henderson, modern players, will get away with playing like diminished ideas over a minor vamp because most of the notes are the same. And the symmetry and the strength of the diminished scale itself kind of makes it work with commitment, you know, through a minor chord vamp. That's pretty much it for Bada Bling. And besides that, I was just kind of going crazy and playing as heartfelt and bluesy as I could. But it's interesting because this is one of those kind of songs where you think it's real simple, then in the middle there's all these chord changes where you kind of got to think, you know, which scales to play. And, you know, just to kind of wrap up a lot of this, there's all these scales are from major harmony. Every now and then there was an altered chord where I went to melodic minor harmony, but basically it's just training that muscle in your brain to see that new scale that's underneath your fingers, kind of multitasking, kind of seeing it underneath your fingers before the chord happens. So you know which notes you can jump onto in the new scale. It's something that just comes with time and doing it a lot, I believe. But anyway, that was Bada Bling, and I hope you got some useful information out of all these segments. Thanks again to Guitar Techniques. All right, see you guys.